I'm Elise Redmond, and I go by Lashed by E. Lashed by E is my eyelash extension brand. E, that's me. A lot of my friends and family call me E. My name is Elise. So that's where Lashed by E came from.
Probably when ladies book you and all that different type of stuff, what can they expect when coming to Lashed by E?
Well, they can expect to get a full eyelash extension service. I am applying an eyelash to each individual eyelash, and I have two different services. I offer a more so natural look, and then I offer a glammed up look, which is like bam in your face. You know, you walk up, you're like, ooh, her lashes, you know. And I also offer fill-ins every 2 to 3 weeks. You're required to come in and, you know, get your lashes touched up and filled in just to keep that glam and natural look going. And then I also offer specials for college girls. If you're in college or if you're in school, you bring your school ID and you get a little discount. I also offer removal services. So if you ever want to get them removed, you know, take a break from them, I'm able to remove them for you as well. Yes.
Okay.
Before I moved to Georgia, I was teaching little kids. So it's different when you're dealing with young adults and adults. It's like way different. I've learned how to communicate better. I feel like I know how to communicate more with like my family and friends because I have to deal with strangers that I don't know. You know, I have my loyal clients, but I get new clients every day. So I've definitely learned how to communicate and kind of get rid of this little shyness that I have going on, because everybody know I'm quiet. So it's like, it's definitely helped me become the woman that, you know, I want to become, because I'm breaking out of my shell. Like, who would have thought I would be doing something like that?
I know you got a class that you do and show people, so I guess, do you see any places where they kind of coincide for the most part?
Definitely.
And if so, what are they?
Like patience and being able to communicate. Like dealing with kids, you have to have patience and be able to communicate. Dealing with adults, you have to be able to communicate, have patience. You have to be able to listen and, you know, be able to explain what's going on. Like, I definitely feel like the correlation. That's why I love training so much, because it's like I can share my story and help them out, and it's helping me out as well.
What do you think has been your worst experience and then your best experience?
When I first started, like, I thought it was gonna be easy. Like, I didn't really know about, like, you know, isolating and stuff. So when I got trained, I'm like, whoa, like, this is like a lot. I'm dealing with somebody's eyelashes, and it was like really overwhelming, and I was having a lot of anxiety, but I just stuck with it because I knew this is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go back and work a 9 to 5 or work under somebody. So I knew, like, you know, I have to stick to it and get it done. And I feel like I'm still growing, but I'm also excelling to the class. Like, I love the fact that that girls wake up and they're flawless. I love being able to make women feel pretty, even though everybody's pretty. I just love making them feel that they're like super glammed up and they don't have to wake up and put on all that makeup, and you can just wake up and be flawless.
Okay, so I personally, being a male, like I was discussing earlier, I guess I don't really know the significance of eyelashes for the most part. I guess I take mine for granted. So with that being said, what is it that brought you to, you know what I'm saying, want to do eyelashes, and what, I guess, made that something that, for the most part, it does when you do them and you do them right. They do pop, and they do, you know, actually help give, I guess, a certain look. So what is it that brought you to the conclusion that was like, hey, this is what I want to do?
Well, when I first moved to Atlanta, I was looking for a job. I have a degree in family and consumer science, and I could not find a job. So I started nannying. So, I mean, I love kids. Some of you guys may know that I was a teacher before I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And I couldn't find a job. I couldn't find a job in my field, so I started nannying, and I got my eyelashes done one time, and I'm like, oh, okay, it is cool. So I'm like, I looked into getting trained, and I ended up getting trained by Lashed Jazz. Thank you, girl, I love you. So I got trained, and it was more so like, I was just doing it for extra money to, you know, provide. I'm here in Atlanta by myself. So, and then all of a sudden, I got let go from my nannying job. So it was just like, I gotta hustle. This is what I have to do. Like, I have to make money. So I ended up, start hustling. Like, I was really like branding myself and just doing what I had to do to build my clientele and get my name out there.
Okay.
And I'm still building. So if you ever feel like you're down and can't do something, don't ever give up, because you can do it.
I feel like a lot of people, we get caught up in those day-to-day jobs. Like you said, you was a nanny, and I'm sure that was something that was comfortable. You know, it was something you woke up every day knowing like, all right, I gotta go. I know I'm gonna check a bag in this way. You know, so with that being said, and being snatched out of that comfort zone, so to speak, and losing your job, what drove you, I guess, to, say, forget it, I'm not gonna go back to another 9 to 5 or doing with somebody else? What made you say, I'm gonna do something on my own?
Just me being fired, like letting somebody have control over my income. Like, she was able to tell me that I couldn't work for her anymore, and I just didn't want to ever feel that again in life. Like, I was down, but I knew I had to start somewhere and get money. Like, I mean, not just saying like money isn't everything, but at that time, I'm here in Atlanta by myself. I have to provide for myself. Like, I'm here, I don't have any family here, so I know I have to get it. Like, I know I can call my parents, I know I can call my friends, but at the end of the day, I'm 25 years old, and I know I have to stand on my own and handle it. And so that's what I did, and look at me now. I'm still growing and still building, but I've definitely grown last year.
In that building process, what do you think, kind of outside of the money, you know what I'm saying, like you said, and knowing that this is something that you got to do to survive, what is it that made lashing so important? You know what I'm saying? You could do anything for the most part. You could have picked up a trade anywhere. So what is it that made you say, you know what, lashing is something that I feel like, like you said, I guess it can go along in making other people feel pretty and all that. Was it something that you started on yourself and then went out to start doing with other people, or?
Well, I started getting my lashes done, and I loved it. Like, I felt like I didn't have to do all that extra makeup and all that stuff. Like, I just woke up and I was pretty. So I wanted to learn how to do it. Not saying I didn't feel like I was pretty, because I know I'm pretty. But, I just felt like super glammed every day. I didn't have to do anything. I just woke up, and I just loved that. And I love making girls happy. And they love their lashes when they open their eyes and they don't even have to wear makeup. So I just felt like, why can't I branch off and make everybody happy, and teach girls to do it as well.
Most definitely. And as far as teaching, what keeps you, because a lot of people I've found, a lot of people find their niche and they want to keep it closed off to themselves because they don't want to let other people in all that. We see people as competition. So what's allowed you to have classes? What's allowed you to share the wisdom and insight that you've gained over time with other people that, if not trying to do lashes, but build in a similar business?
Just like feeling alone here, in Atlanta. Like, I felt alone, and then I met Brittany, and then I met my trainer. I felt like they helped me grow, so why can't I help somebody else grow? Like, I don't know everybody's story, but I want to be able to, show them that you don't ever have to give up. Like, I want to be able to help and teach people.
And how long is it that you've been doing lashes?
It'll be a year, May 20th. That's my lash anniversary. Stay tuned, because I might turn out, So it'll be a year in May.
Okay. And throughout doing them, what do you think has been one of the most challenging things that you've experienced thus far?
The most challenging was building clientele, because I'm from Chicago, and living in Atlanta, I don't really know a lot of females. So I really had to hustle and brand myself to build the clientele, and I'm still building. So it's just like I'm shy, so I had to get out of my shyness and actually, get out there, put my name out there, pass out flyers, and do what I have to do to build the clientele.
And outside of, like, I heard you mention passing out flyers, but what else did you do, especially being in a new place and knowing that could be super overwhelming? Like you said, you don't know nobody. So what is it that you did to, get your brand and just get your business out there and booming for the most part?
Well, I mean, I made a business account with Instagram. I posted a lot. I just launched a website, and a lot of my clientele comes from word of mouth. So it's just a lot of different ways.
What are some of the benefits or things that allow you to be satisfied in working for yourself?
Well, I make my own schedule. If, some days I have personal stuff going on, I'm able to block out my time and I'm able to do what I have to do instead of having to ask somebody like, oh, can I take off? Like, I love being able to be my own boss and do what I need to get done.
So I feel like that's something that a lot of people now, especially, that's kind of where our generation is geared to. Everybody want to boss up, everybody want to lead. What do you think has allowed you to thrive in this position? Because a lot of people try to start up businesses, or not even businesses. A lot of people have ideas in general that are just ideas and never kind of come to fruition. So what do you think was, I guess, that determining factor in allowing yourself to boss up, so to speak, and take on that role?
I think getting fired was a humbling experience for me because I was able to, I'm like, okay, I gotta do something. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm like, look, I'm not trying to have that happen to me again. So it was just like, I had to break out of that shot and break out of my comfort zone and get to it. Like, cause at the end of the day, I have to care for myself. Like, I'm my own person. Like, I can't call mommy and daddy all the time or call my friends crying. Like, I have to live my life for me, and I know that I want to be a successful black woman. Like, and I have to do what I have to do to make it in this world.
What do you think are for other entrepreneurs that you may come in contact with, what do you think is some advice that you may offer them?
Don't ever give up. If you have a dream, a goal, push for it. You may get those negative no's. You may get those people that are telling you it's not gonna work. But if you have a dream, go for it. You can't give up. You have to go for it. Just don't ever get up and don't ever settle. Don't ever settle. You can follow me at Lashed by Elise on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat. I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia at the Glam Shop. And also my website, www.lashedbye.com.